Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now, the big question of today is: do you still believe in crypto? Yes or no? Comment it down below and let's discuss it. So, now I have quite a lot of articles open today because, well, there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. First of all, XRP tweets hit all-time high after a 14% price surge. The number of XRP tweets hit an all-time high yesterday, drowning out the social media chatter of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the process. XRP tweets hit an all-time high on July 9th. Tweets mentioning XRP outnumbered those of Ethereum and for the first time ever, those of Bitcoin. And the surge in Twitter mentions coincided with a 14% price surge for XRP. There were more than 29,000 tweets about the crypto XRP yesterday, setting a new all-time high and coming shortly after the 14% surge. According to data from BitInfo charts, there were a total of 29,143 tweets that mentioned XRP, and for the first time ever, this outnumbered the number of tweets about Bitcoin by 5 whole thousand. So to me, that shows that this is not a coincidence and not just a small feat. The number actually was also 7 times higher than the number of tweets on Ethereum. And I've often stated that the XRP community is bigger than that of Bitcoin, well, at least possibly. And even though I still don't really know if that's true, because of course there will be more people holding Bitcoin than there will be holding XRP, the amount of people that are dedicated talking about it every day and reading up on all the news and really wanting to discuss things about it and have their future plans and stuff with it, really, I think those are really a lot bigger for XRP. And the reason I think that is just because if you consider that, XRP is a smaller coin held by less people, and it can always really match the amount of tweets going around for Bitcoin, and now at this point even top it. Even though there's obviously way more people holding Bitcoin, it kind of showcases the core of XRP must then most likely be bigger. Why is that? Well, because a fewer amount of people, right, can get as many tweets going around, and as many mentions and all of that type of stuff. So that, to me at least, means that these guys are putting in a lot more work and most likely are, the people that are holding are a lot more dedicated to, I guess, talk about it and are a lot more informed and more so community members than just holders. And with Bitcoin, I think a lot of people just hold it and don't really say anything, which doesn't, in my opinion, make them community members too much. Ethereum 2.0 delayed until 2021. Vitalik Buterin disagrees, and Ethereum Foundation researcher said that Ethereum 2.0 could be delayed yet again. His colleagues, though, don't see it that way. And now, Ethereum 2.0, we still don't know exactly when it will release. Some are saying that it's going to be at the end of 2020, and some are saying that it's going to be the early of 2021. And this is just a duck, or no, what's it called? A goose chase, or whatever. We're just going to try to look for the real answer, but there's somebody telling you this, somebody telling you that, and in the end, you won't know until it's there. Ethereum 2.0 may not launch until 2021, according to Ethereum Foundation researcher Justin Drake. Ethereum 2.0 transitions the network from a proof-of-work system. It's been in work for years. And Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, has argued against Drake's claims and believes that Ethereum 2.0 is still on track to launch this year. We'll see what's going to be coming from all of this. I'm pretty excited. How long will ADA continue to increase? I told you guys about this before. I find it very difficult to correctly place ADA right now, right this second. The main reason being there's a lot of resistances still coming up for ADA that are not really there for Vechain nor Chainlink, and thus it's a lot easier for those two coins to keep just hurtling on, while with ADA, there's a lot more trying to push it back. And also with ADA, the move, and actually for Chainlink, this is just excluded for Vechain, but for ADA and Chainlink, there's a lot of news that's positive right now. Yes, sir. But really, a couple of days ago, a lot of the last big news already came out. The only big anticipation point for ADA is really that the phase is coming to an end, or at least to a start, depending on how you look at it, at the 29th, I believe, or 26th of July, whatever. And of course that they possibly will get the Coinbase listing, which is another, I guess, pretty big feat. For the rest, Vechain has been updating us daily with some newer things. And with Chainlink, same situation like ADA. Well, the last big stuff was a couple of days ago already, and they're not really, at least as far as I've checked, they haven't really posted too many good things. However, I just saw an article on Chainlink as well, which said, Chainlink will be bigger than Bitcoin, crypto analyst. And this is something that I do think is the truth. Eventually, I do think a lot of these altcoins like XRP, Stellar, Vechain, Chainlink, ADA, and a couple of others, of course, will eventually overtake Bitcoin. We're talking possibly 2 decades into the future, but we'll eventually do that because, well, if the coins are really valued by utility and use case and purpose, yeah, Bitcoin doesn't really rank that high and eventually will fall. However, I don't really know how long that will take and how far it will fall. Because even if it were to go and get to half its size that it is right now, yeah, but that would still put it at about, let's say 90 or $85 billion, which is still, 3 times at least as high as Ethereum is, which is pretty far away. Tezos ready to surge despite crypto market correction. Tezos continues consolidating within a narrow trading range, but a particular technical index estimates that pressure for a bullish breakout is coming to a head. Well, guys, don't worry too much and don't even think about articles like this too much because, well, I don't know why they're created, but they get you thinking into a certain way. Tezos has mostly traded between $2.30 and $3, at least the $2.30 support and the $3 resistance. The lackluster price action forced the Bollinger Bands to squeeze, which is indicative of incoming volatility. And the TD sequential indicator forecasts that XTZ is poised to break out in an upward direction. Well, let's just keep it at that, all right? Some people are expecting Tezos to go up. You can check the analysis here if you want to, but I don't recommend it because, well, with all these guys saying it's going to go up, there's a couple others saying it's going to go down. And what is the use of this, right? If you're going to be trading it, don't use somebody else's analysis like this. And if you're just a long-term holder, I don't think it really matters too much. Stratus, a coin I've not talked about for years, at least it kind of feels like. A coin that I hold just a little bit of, I think maybe maybe $10 worth of Stratus that I hold. I just saw it in my wallet somewhere. I don't even know why, but yeah, I do hold it. Stratus technical analysis, Strat to USD massive 60% bull run may continue until $1. Strat to USD is up 13% in the last 24 hours after an extended bull rally. And the daily uptrend is robust with increasing bullish volume in the past 3 days. So the reason I covered this or wanted to showcase this is because, well, Stratus is actually performing rather well in a time where, as you can see, a lot of these cryptos are doing regularly with, the minus 2 to 2% range, most of them. I mean, Chainlink is accelerating a little bit at +5. And what was the coin now? Atom here is actually going a lot further than the rest with +11. And Doge, I guess, falling by -25. But most of these coins are within the -2 to 2% range, as you can see. And I don't know what spot Stratus has, by the way. I have no idea. Is it very far? Is it like 70? Or is it even further down? Let's quickly take a little bit of a look. Here is the second part. I see Electronium in there. BitShares, Komodo Steam, IOS Token Hive, BTT Hot, SNT, but no, I don't really see. Maybe I skipped out on it already, or maybe it's even further down the line. I don't even know. I haven't really looked at Stratus in a very, very long while, so I would not be able to tell you. I know I could just type it in, but I just don't really care enough to do that. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I thought it would be in here. If I missed it, guys, put it in the comment section down below, because I'm doing my best. But whenever you're recording, all these things become a lot more difficult. Trust me, guys. A lot of people don't understand or respect it, but it does. It really freaking does. By the way, a lot of my coins that I used to be really, really hyped about, like Punda X, I mean, I don't know what's the highest point been for that coin, but it's really kind of low. That was really hyped back in the day, and even now sometimes. Matic was very popular. Bitcoin, very, very popular. Argon, I heard about sometimes. But definitely Redcoin. I still hold some, I believe, on Hit BTC maybe. I hold a little chunk because it used to always be very, very good. And another one, Dragon Chain, used to, I guess, sometimes have some very crazy gains. GX Chain, I traded this one a lot back in the day when I gave signals as well. Walton Chain, same story. Very, very often did I trade those. Fun sometimes as well. But it's kind of interesting that you never hear about those coins again, which sometimes drives me to think that a lot of the coins you used to love and used to really talk about every single day, yeah, within a little moment, they're going to be irrelevant and you're never going to hear about them again, which is something you should keep in the back of your head. For Chainlink, though, that does not seem to be the situation. Vechain's search traffic is up by 500%. Now, that number is just extraordinarily good. Going up, that's one thing, but going up 5 times or by 500% is just really breaking all margins. And it's easily to be seen on the Google Trends, where you can see from where it went. This was the highest point ever a couple months ago. But yeah, just a month ago or so. And this is where we were at right now. Really insane, but I think a lot of these newer applications will also keep pushing it up there, because what I think as well is that all the people using it in these companies are most likely going to be looking it up like, oh, what are we working with now? And oh, what are we doing here? And what's this thing called? Oh, we working with a cryptocurrency company or blockchain? Oh, what is the name? Oh, let me check it out. And they'll look it up as well, which in the end, gets the searches up like crazy, especially if they get more of these partnerships going on. Now, another coin which I just talked about that's a little bit on my non-relevant list anymore, or now, but used to be very, very relevant and very, very, very popular, mostly because it was the first coin to be integrated with, one of our favorite adult film websites. I'm not going to say the name for right now. Yeah, Verge XVG tops privacy coin list with 60% growth in June. They're doing actually pretty damn good. A lot of these private coins right now are falling off, but yeah, XVG taking the crown, taking the cake by doing extraordinarily good. And here are a couple of things that are coming up in July, a couple of events for some crypto. These are already, I guess, in the past, but explosive changes to the IOST system. I got it up. An additional node will be added to the mainnet of Cody, and I've never heard of Cody, I think, or have I? I don't know the logo, but maybe the name is just a little bit strange, but I do know what it is. Could be, I don't know. WazirX, that used to be a little bit popular, but WRX burning base on second quarter trading volume. Tron 4.0, mainnet launch of Ava Labs, NFT collectible release on Zilliqa, which is pretty popular and pretty talked about. Grin mainnet upgrade is forking to 4.0. Verge halving, 13th of July, and Cardano Shelly hard fork, 29th of July. Pretty huge, guys. Pretty cool to see. By the way, if you look at this here, I don't know from when this is, or I don't know exactly what this is supposed to be, but on this list, Cardano is 17th, Bitcoin Diamond is 16th. I have no idea what type of site this is. According to Coin Codex, Verge recorded the 23rd best performance in 1 month among all crypto and crypto ecosystem. Okay, so this is actually just the rankings and how much they gained over the last month, right? Yeah, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Tron and Zilliqa turned to TikTok after Dogecoin's success. Dogecoin had a successful week in the markets thanks to the viral TikTok video. The Tron community led by Justin Sun has proposed similar marketing techniques for TRX. And the Zilliqa community also has its own TikTok campaign. Now, I think this is the stupidest and worst thing you guys should or can do, because I think you're ruining all the legitimacy of your crypto by just pumping it up and hyping it up, but really not doing it a lot of good for the people that really adopt crypto from a, technical standpoint. You're only getting some real consumers who are just going to buy it because they think investing is good in crypto, but they don't really know about the tech. They don't really know about the community and things like that. They're just buying it for the meme or buying it for the TikTok or buying it because some stupid guy told them. But I think 95% of the people will not even know how to buy crypto. But still, I don't think you're reaching the right people with all those things. And last, one of Ripple's co-founders is spending a fortune installing cameras in San Francisco. Chris Larson paid over $4 million to install 1,000 high-definition cameras on the streets of San Francisco. He claims his goal is to combat crime, especially theft. According to a report published in the New York Times, Larson, who recently recovered from CV-19, decided to take up this project after a group of unknown men climbed into his garden in 2011 and cut the wires to his home security while his children were sleeping inside, which is, of course, a very sad thing to see. However, I don't know if more cameras is especially a very, very good thing. 1,000 high-definition cameras in the streets of San Francisco is also, of course, going to get rid of your privacy piece by piece. And that's always the worst way off and one of the most difficult ethical dilemmas in the world that people are working with every single day. And that is privacy versus, I guess, security or safety. That's it, safety. Because, well, are you really a lot safer if there's less privacy? Or are you, I guess, more unsafe because people know more about you and I guess, all becomes kind of known to the bigger corporations and people can watch you all the time, which also, does bad things for your health possibly, all that. Will you become healthier if you're always watched? Will people really rob that much less, for example, or really steal that much less if you do this and if you do that? And if you install this amount of cameras, will really, will the benefits be better than the cons of placing more cameras? Because I don't really like it. On paper that people are watching me all the time, even though I know if you walk on the streets there's cameras watching you all the time. I mean, to a certain degree it's nice, right? To a certain degree you kind of feel safe. On the other hand, every time I've ever had something happen where I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe cameras, they're like, yeah, the cameras are everywhere except for the point which you decided to ask for. But yeah, that's just my personal experience with those freaking things, man. I don't like cameras because they also give you a little bit of a feeling of you're being watched, like a big brother watching over the shoulder. But yeah, it's a hard dilemma, and I don't know which one would be the right choice. But guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. I mean, if you subscribe now and you change your mind, you can always unsubscribe. And also let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this ethical dilemma. Do you think that there should be a lot of cameras, or do you think it's already enough in San Francisco, or what do you guys think? And also, just more on the situation. Do you think it's a good thing he's buying into it, or do you think he has a better goal in mind, or what's going on? Maybe he wants to invest, in for security, for goodwill, where people are going to value him higher, or for moral, for moral things, or maybe he's just a nice guy that wants to make the world a safer place. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and also let me know what you think about TikTok campaigns for crypto. Do you think it's a good thing because they're getting very, very popular and getting a lot of searches and all that type of stuff, or do you think it's stupid because, well, getting TikTok views is really not the thing you want? On the contrary, though, maybe they're explaining a ton of people how their crypto works. Only for Tron, I don't really think that's their main purpose, because I don't even think many of the Tron founders know how exactly it works. At least that's sometimes what it looks like. With Zilliqa, though, maybe. I have some hope still, but I don't know why they're doing it. All right, that was it. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day.